And welcome back to Blush by Bree. I haven't made a video in so long. I was about to say my other channel name. I'm going to start off with my Ultimate Clean anti-blemish pads from Noxzema. And I'm not doing a full face today. I'm just going to do my eyes and probably just conceal. It is raining off and on, but I am invited to events, two outdoor events. So that's why I'm not trying to go really heavy with my makeup today. It is really hot outside, and then after the rain, of course, it's hotter. So I am going to spray my face with my Manicadar Hydrating Mist. I've used quite a bit of this. I've had it for some time. I did a declutter off camera probably earlier in the year, so I don't have as many concealers as I used to have. I don't have as many cream blushes or liquid blushes. I think I did my foundations. I haven't touched these up here, just the ones that are close to my vanity and that are for my skin tone. I did have a lot of foundation that I ordered that was of different skin tones, with the hopes of having a makeup class for my family and friends and for my clients. I can't remember the last time I did somebody else's makeup. Life happened and I just took a step away, but hopefully when it's time I can get back into that. But anyway, I'm going to spray my face. We're going to use a mixture of products. I do have a new setting spray by e.l.f. This is probably the first makeup item I have purchased this year, and we're in June, because I really don't wear makeup as much as I used to. But I'm trying to get back into that as well. So I'm going to spray my face, and it smells so good, and let that dry down. And then once that dries down, I'm going to lay down my brows. I was looking for this pencil that I had. I can't remember the name of it. I made a video with it, and I really liked how fine the tip of the pencil was, or pen was, but I can't find it, and I can't remember the brand, so I'll have to go back and watch the video and see if I still have it. Hopefully within the next couple of months I can declutter some things around my vanity, try to declutter my palettes, because I still have a lot of palettes that I haven't even used yet, brand new, still in the pack. My daughter and my nieces have now taken an interest in makeup, so a lot of the things that I have that are not used are going to go to them. And hopefully with me being excited about them getting into makeup, I can fall back into it, and that's something that we can share and bond over, but we'll see. So my face is not wet anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and lay my brows down. I'm just going to take a spoolie, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. brow lift. I may have to put my glasses on at some point, because a lot of things that are small, like I can see this that says brow lift, surprisingly, but a lot of things that are small I cannot see. So I may have to put my glasses on to see some things, or if I can't see the name of it, I'll make sure that I add it to the screen. So I just put a little bit on my brush, and then first I brush my hairs up, and then go back over the top and kind of shape them where I want them to go. Now I did clean my brows up. I think it's been about 3 weeks. I used to go and get them waxed. I don't go and get them waxed anymore. I cleaned them up myself. And there's a lot of self-care things that I used to do that I no longer do, that I may or may not get back into, like going to get my nails done. I've been wearing the press-on nails, and they've been working for me. I only wear them when I have something special going on. These are really short, but I got these from Temu, and it was like $2 or $3. One of the packs I already opened, but yeah, I bought these, and they're like different shades of nude or natural tone, so you can kind of wear them with anything. So that's what I have been wearing. But one of my cousins actually has a nail salon, so I think I want to try that out. So I will let that dry down. So some of my favorite products as far as laying my brows down is the e.l.f. that I just used, of course. I also like the NYX brow glue. I think that's what it's called. And then it's another one. I think it's by e.l.f. too. I don't know what I did with it, but I really don't have a lot of newly released makeup because, again, I haven't been wearing it. But my daughter told me about the e.l.f. Setting spray, or Power Grip setting spray, and I love their Power Grip primer. So I wanted to try it out. And there's a couple more things. There's some NYX products that I want to try, but I didn't want to just go and buy a whole bunch of makeup because I'm really not wearing it. So let's see how I like this. I am going to prime underneath my eyes where I plan to put my concealer at, but I'm going to wait until I get everything that I want to achieve done with my eyes first. But I do use the Power Grip primer from e.l.f. And this is supposed to be the match or compatible as the Power Grip, so we'll see. I used the pink one too, but I think I may have used that one up. Yeah, but I'll let this dry down and then I'll come back and sculpt my brows. Hopefully this is clear enough. I don't have my light turned on because I know that makes my phone heat up really fast, so I'm trying not to do that. But I think I have this down and it's dried to the consistency that I like. The next thing that you need to consider, or what you need to consider when sculpting your brows, is how dark or bold you want your brows to be. I typically match my brow color with whatever color hair I have. I really like a burgundy shade. I love to see my eyebrows that color. So when my hair is that color, of course I'm using that color. But now I am going to use a brown or a black brown. So my go-to is the Wet n Wild Simmer Brown Nail Pencil. It's been hard for me to find these. I used to find them in Dollar Tree, Five Below. So it's dark. It's not as dark as some, but it's dark. So that's the one that I am probably going to use today. I do have, NYX has a 3-in-1 brow pencil. This is in the shade Espresso. So what it is, there's a pencil on one end and there's actually a brow gel at the top on a spoolie. So it looks like that. So you can use that, and then if you want to go in and like make sure you have brow hairs in it, then you can use the pencil. You can use one or the other, or you can use both. And this is the shade of the pencil. So these shades are kind of like the shades that I like on my eyes. Every now and then I'll use a darker color, and sometimes that's when I'm going for a smoky eye. I'll use like a darker pencil. Yeah, but these are normally the colors that I like. So I am going to go in and sharpen my pencil first. And in my opinion, the sharper the pencil, the better your brow comes out. If you use a pencil that has a flat or a dull, I guess I should say, tip to it, your brows are probably not going to come out how you want it. So I've sharpened this up, and first I'm going to start with just drawing in some little fine lines towards the front of my brow. And then once I get it done to my liking, I go in on the bottom and kind of shape my brow. And even if I overdraw it, I'm going to clean it up so I can make it as narrow or as wide as I want it to be. And then I go in and fill in the top and just kind of curve it towards the tail end like that. And then if there's any sparse areas or areas that I feel like need more shading, then I'll go in and do those. So that's normally what my brow looks like. Sometimes I like to draw them a little wider. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. And that's my favorite thing about makeup. You can do what you want to do with it. And then once I draw it, I'm going to clean off the spoolie that I used with that gel on it. And I just want to move this out a little bit because I don't want it to be so square and so thick at the beginning. Hopefully you all can see that. And then I'm going to move in and do the same thing on the other side. And I try to make sure that I'm kind of aligning with the first brow that I did. And the hard part about this is not expecting it to be perfect and not expecting them to be identical, because it's hard to get them identical. And I know what I noticed about myself is, for some reason, whatever brow I do first, that's the brow that is more perfected to me. And so I'm constantly trying to get the second brow to match the first one. And if you need to, you can draw a unibrow, because you're going to erase it anyway. Especially if you're beginning. That just gives you a guide. They also have little stencils that they sell. I think I purchased these from Shop Miss A. And now there's a Shop Miss A in one of the malls here. I can't remember. But I have a pack of like 10 of these. They're all different shapes and sizes. So when I'm in a rush and I don't have time to sit, then I'm using this stencil. So if you have issues with sculpting, you can start off with those, or you can use those if that's what you want to do. It's about you and how you want your makeup. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about what your choices are. So as you can see, this one is just a little bit thicker than the right one. Is just a little bit thicker than the left one. So I'm going to try to get it to be the same. Try. Okay. So I'm going to take a Q-tip and some alcohol. This stuff is optional. You can clean your brows up with concealer. I do both. That's just what I do. So I'm just going to put a little alcohol on here, and I don't want it to be too wet, so I do have a napkin underneath where I'm applying the alcohol, so that the excess drops down on that. So they look to be even to me towards the bottom, or on the bottom, I guess I should say. And then on the top, they look to be, but I still want to go over it. So I'm going to start on the left and go over to the right. And I normally like for my tail to be a little bit smaller. This one is perfect, I think. Well, almost. This one, not so much. I feel like I need to take a little bit off the bottom. And the concealer that I use for cleaning up my brow is not the same concealer that I use to conceal or brighten underneath my eyes with. And that is because it does not have the consistency that I want it to have. The one that I put under clean my brows with, sorry. Okay, so the Ruby Kisses Cream Contour Palette is what I use to clean underneath my brows with. So it's not really, I guess, set up to be a concealer, so that may be why the consistency is different, but it has the feel of concealer. And this is something that I'm able to blend really well, and it dries down the way that I like it. So I'm gonna take, I just sat down at my vanity. I didn't grab any supplies, so I'll just be using whatever is closest to me at this point. I think that this is a Morphe brush, but I don't know the brush number. It has a rounded tip, so I'm going to use that. Hold on. I think this is the pencil that I use to put liner on. So I'm going to just make sure it's not a color on here that I don't want under my eyes. So I'm going to go in with this middle shade right here, and I'm just going to tap my brush in there and get a little bit on there, and then I'm going underneath first. And I want to get as close as possible, but make sure that I'm not covering what I put. So you can apply it and blend it with this type of brush if you want. I normally use a Real Techniques brush that looks like this. And the number probably not even on it anymore because I've had this brush for a long time. And I'm just blending it out, making sure it's blended. Normally if I have excess concealer, I put it underneath there, but I don't want to do that because I'm going to prime underneath there. And if you want, you can put a little powder on here to set it because you don't want it to move or crease. Then I'm going to move on to the other eye. Just rubbing my brush in there. Still trying to make sure that I keep them close to the same size. This time it looks like I put a little bit more, so I'm going to pull that concealer or pull the cream product down and try to use it without applying anything else. And this is where if you drawed or sculpted your brows and you want them to be a different size or a different shape, you can clean them up with your cream product or concealer. So after this step, you can put powder on it if you want. Because I also go in with a brow cream, I'm not going to put any powder right now. Probably not at all. So this is the Revolution brow cream. I normally buy medium, and hopefully this is what this is, because I've had it so long the writing is worn on here. I don't think it's on there anymore. I think I have an extra one of these too. So I'm going to put a couple of dots, and then I'm going to take that same Real Technique brush and blend it in. Tap and blend. And to me, this makes my eyeshadow be not only more pigmented, but it also stays on a little longer. And so I know that right off you don't know like what color this you like, what color that you like. Just play around with different things until you find something that's to your liking. My recommendation would be to try inexpensive products, but inexpensive products that are of good quality, like e.l.f., like NYX, like Maybelline. What's the other one? There's a lot of them. Just try them out until you see what you like. Like I said, I didn't grab any products, so I am winging it today. I think I want to do like a brown color on my eyes. I have a couple of palettes right here on my vanity. I'll show them to you, and then I'll decide what I want to use. You don't always have to use a product for what it is intended for. If there is a shade of a blush that you like, a contour powder, whatever it is, you can put it on your eyes. So I have the Sweet and Sticky palette by Give Me Glow, and it looks like this. This is the brown shade, but I don't want to go that dark today. I also have a Makeup Obsession warm-up palette, and these are the shades of brown. So I'm looking for something like this, but maybe just a little bit darker. And then the Rebellious Nude palette. I need to clean it, but this is the palette, and this would be the brown or close to the brown that I'm looking for. So I'll try that one, and then if it's not dark enough, I'll go in with something else. So this is I think I got this from Shop Miss A, but this is a brush that I use to put my eyeshadow on. I'm just wiping it on a towel to get any excess off. Looks like the last time I used it, I wore a brown color, so it looks like I've been using brown lately. So I am going to tap my brush, and I want to get off any excess, and I'm just going to go in a back and forth motion on my eyes. So you can see the shade that it looks on me. And this will probably be the only color that I put on today, surprisingly. And then you just keep building this up and blending it until you get to the pigmentation that you like, or the color payoff that you like. And so I'm going to blend around the edges because I don't want any harsh lines if possible. And so if you're somebody that really doesn't like color right now, or you're not sure what you like, start with some neutrals, some beige, some browns, according to your skin tone. Just see what you like. So I'm just going to keep doing that until I get the color that I want, and then I'll be back to prime underneath my eyes. And you can cover up your whole lid if you would like. I like to leave this little line of concealer right here, and that's just my preference. If you want to smoke it out, you can kind of add a darker brown or a black to the edge. I don't think I want to do that today. And I'm going to take another brush. I think this is a Real Techniques brush too. And this is what I'm going to put my primer on. And if I can see the names of the brushes, I'll add it to the screen. Right now, I just know it's a real. Oh, this one is a, I think this says 101, Real Techniques 101. And I am only priming underneath my eyes because that's the only place I'm about to apply something. And then once I do that, once I finish, I'll add some moisturizer to the other parts of my face. I've noticed that underneath my eyes, they look darker to me sometimes. Sometimes they look like I have more bags underneath there. It just depends on, I guess, what I had going on that week, if I slept. Also, age is a factor. I am 47, so I guess that's something that comes with it. But normally, if I'm planning to do a full face, I will put on, I think it's called Dermalect. It's a dark circle and under eye corrector, and I love this. I've been using it sparingly when I do apply makeup, but I try to apply it in enough time to give it time to work, to give the puffiness in the dark circles to kind of melt away, and then I go in and apply my makeup. So this Power Grip primer is very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip. If you all have been following my channel since I started, I used to use that Milk all the time. I think I got a little bit left, and when I say little, I mean little. And it's almost gone. So this is the alternative. It's very, very cost effective. I would say, I think that Milk is probably $40 and maybe more now, but I think this is $10. So, and like I said, I really haven't been doing my makeup, so that may be why I still have some. And now I need to decide what concealer. So do I want everything to blend in and just be one toned? Am I just trying to take away the imperfections underneath my eyes, or do I want to brighten? Those are the things that you consider with concealer. I do have 3 concealers from Sephora. These are Sephora brand concealers, and you all know I love their foundation. I do. I think I finally used up the one that I had open, and I have one in my drawer that has not been open, so I'm trying to save it for special occasions. I think I'm going to go in first with the one that's closest to my skin tone, and this is in the shade 38P. Or do I want to go in with 35 neutral? I'm going to go in with 38P. I'm going to put some here and here. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Put it in the wrong place. I put too much of it on. And I'm just taking a Q-tip to get the excess off. So I will let this sit for maybe 30 to 40 seconds to see if it gets to the consistency that I like, and then I'll start to move it around where I want it to be. So I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Real Techniques 402 brush. It looks similar to this one, but the bristles are more spread out. So first I'm going to just go back and forth to move it where I want it to go. And then as this is drying down, you can kind of see if you want to add or build it up, if it's doing what you want it to do, or if you think more needs to be applied. And I am a person that has very sensitive eyes. It doesn't take much for my eyes to water. And I think this is something that my grandbaby inherited too, because her mom is saying that her eyes are always watery like mine. We look like we've been crying when we haven't been. So I think I want to add just a little bit more. I remember the one that I used. Typically I use the 44Y. And that's because I am normally brightening underneath there. So it's just a little bit lighter than the 38. I also have the 35 neutral, so it depends. So you got to know your skin type, if you are a warm tone or a cool tone. Not saying you can't wear one or the other, but the best results are going to come from you applying the right makeup for your skin tone. What I'm going to do next is take my foundation brush, although there's no foundation on here currently, and I'm going to blend around the concealer that I placed. So I am going to end up with a bright eye, but not as bright as I normally wear it. And then based on what type of concealer I want, what kind of setting powder I put on there, I can brighten it up or I can kind of tone it down. And I want to take away that concealer line that was there. And make sure that I go back and blend in my eyeshadow. I think I need to apply some more because I took off some with the concealer earlier. My son has to go to work at 4. It's 3. I think I want to use my Dominique Rosita powder, and I'm going to use, thought I had, I'm just going to put a little bit in the top, and then put it on here. And press it in. And it's going to look ashy when you put it on, but it's going to all melt in or blend in together when you put your spray on. I'm looking for my mascara. I'm going to spray my face, and then once it dries, I will put my mascara on. I'm just going to shake this spray up. And it's supposed to be a powder, a spray with a fine mist to it. So we'll see. Oh, it is. I barely feel it. Hopefully it's going on though like it should. And I'm going to let this dry down and I'll be back. So it is drying down. You can choose to let your makeup dry on its own, or if you in a rush and you don't have time, you can use a fan. I've done a mixture of both today, so I'm just trying to be patient and let it sit for a minute. I do want to put on some mascara, and that's going to determine if I'm going to put on right here lashes or not. Sorry, I need to clean this off. And this is a Shop Miss A mascara. This one is for length. I have another one that's in an orange canister. I don't know where it is though, and I can't remember what it's for. Maybe volume, since this one is length. You can tell a difference a little bit from my natural lash and the lash that I have applied the mascara to. I really don't have any lashes towards the front of my eyelid, and that's one of the reasons why I like lashes, because it makes the look better, and it makes my lashes appear more full. So once that dries down, I'll decide if I want to apply a second layer or not. My grandbaby has the longest lashes. She's not going to have this problem if she gets into makeup when she gets bigger. She has the perfect lashes and brows to me. I actually like, what's the brand? Now this is what I will be buying some more of. Essence, they sell it at Ulta, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's really good. They have a liner and mascara, and they have a waterproof one. It comes in black and brown. I'm sure there's probably more options now because I haven't bought it in a while. Let me see if I can find one. I need to see if it's still. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. And I think these are like $3.99. The AOA one was probably $1, so you can definitely get them more reasonably priced. Let me see. I think I do want to put on some blush. So this is the Beauty Bay blush in Coral. These are really cheap when I got them too. I actually have a couple of shades, but this is the one that I normally go to. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on it yet. This is how it looks. I do have Merlot. A plum shade. This one is Cosmo, and then this one is Royal. I think Royal wouldn't be bad. Let's see what Royal does. I'm gonna use this brush. I don't think this is a brand name brush or name period. I think I may have just got it from did I get this from Dollar Tree? Has a name on it. I think it, let's see if it shows. I think it had a name on it. And I'm just lightly tapping because I don't know how this is going to show on my skin. I think it matches really well with my eyes, or eye color, eye shadow color. Not too much. I do want to put on something on my lips. Do I want to line my lips? Actually, I have lip gloss on. To me, my top lip is non-existent. So I may overdraw the line for my top lip. And the color, I think this shade is Kiss. This is from Revolution. This is their Bout Bomb. I like these. I think I have a couple of them that aren't open. And I normally get them when they're on sale. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just brush in between the brush that I blended my concealer with underneath my eyes, and just blend down the bridge of my nose, and that kind of separates where if I pull my brows out too much. And I didn't even really have to clean up over the top of my brow. I think the alcohol got it pretty good. Yeah, I think it looks okay. I think it looks better than okay. So this would be my look just to go out in the park. It's hot. I won't be too sweaty because I don't have any foundation on. So yeah, this is a quick look. This video is longer because I'm talking, but I probably can do this in 20 minutes or less. So let me know what you think. If there's anything that you think I should or shouldn't do. I do read the comments. I take them into consideration, but my makeup application will always be what I want it to be. I try things that people recommend, and if it doesn't work for me, then it just doesn't work for me. Because what works for some may not work for others. What works for me, and I'm showing you, may not work for you, and I understand that. So like this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. Again, leave your comments down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.